crazy to Apple number 4 and 6 seasons that I've been in IndyCar. And at an early age, I never thought when I was a kid that I would have the chance to win any IndyCar race for him. And I'm not kidding it.
Morning, Paul.
Good morning, Lance. How you doing? You on your walk?
I am, and it's dark. I can't believe it, how dark it is. But kind of cloudy, that's why I think. You catch any ships this morning?
Yes, I did. I got one.
And do they kind of slow down as the winter approaches or no?
Well, the current slows them down a little bit, but they don't slow down on their own.
No, I meant the frequency of the ships. Sorry.
Oh, the number of ships that go by? No, it just depends. You know, they got the whole Great Lakes they're servicing, so it's not just point A to point B, it's point C, D, E, F, G.
In the wintertime, it doesn't affect the
Oh yeah.
the,
Yeah,
the
it slows
amount.
down. They put it's called winter layup.
Okay. It's kind of like here, the grain terminal usually shuts down. Well, I haven't really paid attention to the last couple of years. And 2 years ago, they stopped in March. So they went from December to March. Last year, they went from December to about June or July.
Ah.
So who knows what the reasoning was behind that, or I'll pay attention again this year and see what it does.
Brenda, how you doing? Brenda.
Morning, Brenda.
Lance is here too. Lance is on his walk.
It's going to be real tricky now, Paul, because I have to be to work at 7:30, and if I start my walk at 6, I don't get done until 7. I've got a shower, so the soonest I would be out of my house is about 7:20. It takes me 40 minutes to get to work, so that's 8 o'clock. So I'm half an hour late every day. So I may have to start walking about a quarter to 6.
Yeah, don't get yourself in trouble.
This is my last year. I could give a rat's ass, right? But no, I'm not the type of guy that comes in late. But we'll see. Because we've got teachers that roll in as the bell rings. I don't know how they do it. One, I don't know how they prepare themselves to get ready to teach, and 2, I don't know how they get away with it.
Well, what time does your students first get there?
Well, the students' first class is 8:15, and last year I had planned 8:15 to 9:15. This year I requested planned period 5th period, so I'll have kids at 8:15 this year. I like 5th period plan the best. It's right after lunch, so I don't get any kids after lunch. There's first and second lunch. So some people get kids twice. They get them fourth period after their lunch and fifth period after their lunch,
Good
which-
morning, Justin.
which is crazy. That's I think the worst time of the day because the kids come in.
What's up, Brenda?
Kids come in a little wound up after lunch. And so if I don't have any kids after lunch and then I have them sixth period, they've calmed down by then. And my sixth period class is my best class of the day. It's my yearbook class. So a bunch of leadership kids in there that, are real good kids. So hopefully it'll be an easy year for me.
They passed a new law in Florida, Lance. Kids in elementary and middle school aren't allowed to have phones at all at school anymore.
Wow.
And high schoolers, it's limited. They can have it between classes and on breaks. And that's it.
You'll have to keep your ear to the ground and see how that works.
Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be tough to enforce, but we'll see.
Yeah. But Washington's coming up with something.
A lot of states seem to be moving that way now.
I don't want to begrudge them the technology if it's used for good, not evil. And that's what I tell my kids. Use it for good, not evil, and you're okay.
Well, it's like that whole argument people say, oh, kids have too much screen time these days. They're not outside kicking a ball. And I'm like, unfortunately, that's the world they live in now, though. And
Yeah.
it's not going anywhere. So,
Yeah. Exactly.
your
It's kinda
guys' my world 20 years ago and your guys' world 40 years ago don't exist anymore. That's
No.
gone. And so you just got to
Well-
come to terms with it.
My elders, when I was in high school, loathed
Hey, Mark.
bell bottoms. I mean, bell bottoms was like you were a renegade, as a kid.
Well, let's face it. If your guys' generation had cell phones back in the 60s, you guys would have been doing the same shit. You just didn't have it back then.
Yeah, I was
Exactly.
going to say they didn't allow us to take phones to school.
Yeah, well, that would have been a long ass cord, Mark.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Yeah, my first cell phone was a bag phone, was huge. You wouldn't be taking that to school.
I remember
Didn't
My
have
dad's-
mobile phones at school.
my dad's tow trucks had those back in the long time ago. It was like and they used it for running credit cards, so they could call the credit card company and run somebody's credit card immediately. If I make sure it was good.
Remember the Nokia? The Nokia was probably the most popular phone back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Everyone had
Oh
the
yeah, that was
Nokia.
when Singular Wireless was around.
Yeah.
Remember Singular Wireless?
Yep.
Actually, my first mobile phone was a damn, I've forgotten it now. I think it was an American brand. It was a flip phone.
Was it Nextel? Motorola?
No,
Motorola.
it might
Yep,
have been
that was
Motorola.
mine.
Yeah, Motorola. Yeah.
Yeah, Nextel and Motorola.
flip phone.
They were both together. They merged together. It was the walkie-talkie phones they were real famous for.
Hey, Giggles.
And my second phone was a Sony.
My first phone was a
It was
little singular Nokia. It was a little tiny flip phone, a real small one. And I remember you used to go on those little kiosks in the mall, and they'd be like, buy one flip phone, get 4 free for the whole family with 1,000 shared text messages. And that sounded like a lot, but then when 5 people were texting, that shit went real quick.
yeah. Well, I mean, my first phones were analog. My first digital phone was a Nokia when they
Who's
came out.
older, TJ or Justin?
TJ's like 3 or 4 years older than me. But my first phone was back in 2003, 2004. It'd have been right when I was getting out of high school. And it was a Nokia flip phone from the Singular store, from the kiosk in the mall.
Well, the Sony I had was actually smaller than a packet of cigarettes and only about half as thick. It was a tiny thing.
And I had that for about a year, and then my dad gave me one of the Nextels from his company, and then I didn't have to pay a phone bill because it was all covered by the company. And I used that for like 3-4 years. But I never really got to use the walkie-talkie because I didn't know anybody else that had a Nextel except for all the people that worked at the shop, but I didn't ever talk to them. So
I
even
had
though
the
they were all,
Nokia. I had the Nokia in 2000 to 2001. Then I didn't have one until 2005, and that's when I had the flip phone, the Motorola.
what's up, TJ?
And then I've had one Apple.
Here
And I
comes
think it was
Giggles.
I think it was the third generation.
Huh, huh.
I've only ever had one Apple phone
Yeah,
that I own
think
personally. I've had work phones that were Apple.
I think my first phone was I think it was a one of the
Yeah.
flip phones. I
Oh,
think
it
it was
had to have been.
either it was the Razor or like I think it was like one of the Razor phones, I think.
Oh, and then after I had my Nextel for a long time, I got the Sidekick. Remember that? That was like the shit back in the day. Had a little flip up screen. You'd press it and the screen would flip up all crazy.
Oh
It was
yeah.
it was like a little mini PC in your hand. Had a full keyboard and everything.
Yeah, like it flips like there's like a little U like a kind of like a U flip or whatever.
That thing was badass back in the day.
Yeah, that thing was pretty cool. I think I had one too, actually.
The Raspberry.
The Raspberry, the Blackberry.
Blackberry. The Blackberry, I mean.
Yeah, they went to pretty much. BlackBerry was strictly government the last like 8 or 9 years they were around.
I knew it was a fruit.
They were strictly just doing government phones because they were also like specialized in security and everything for them. BlackBerry's not around no more. They're gone now.
Yeah, I don't think they're no.
I think
And then
they went out.
they had Motorola. They had those. You were talking about the walkie-talkie phones.
Yeah, that was when they partnered with Nextel. Nextel was the one that came up with those. What's up,
Yeah,
Rodney?
Uncle Rodney. Yeah, every time he pushes the little button, it goes. Bloop.
Yeah, it does a little chirping noise.
Yeah.
Well, it sucked is, like I said, I had one, but everybody I talked to and I knew didn't have one, so I never got to use that feature. The only time I ever used it was when I talked to my dad once in a while. That was it.
Yeah.
But normally he would just call me on the phone, so,
Good morning, Rodney.
or he'd at least call me and say, "Hey, answer the phone."
Is it Rodney Bell who's in?
Yeah, Rodney Bell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good morning, Rodney.
His name is changed to Quadney Bell. But yeah, it's
No.
Rodney.
When did
Quad.
you do that?
I don't know. You did that not too long ago. Quadney Bell. FPV.
I'm kidding. I knew that.
That's funny. I think somebody told him he was like they were like, you should change since you fly quads, you should change your name to Quadney Bell. Somebody told him that, and he actually ended up doing it.
Yep. Quadney Bell.
Quadney, that's
The
funny.
famous Quadney Bell of the East Coast.
The famous.
Well, me
Quadney.
personally, I always found it weird naming a channel after yourself. Because, like, it's fun to come up with, like, a channel persona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then no one remembers your name. At least I don't.
Well, most people, if, like, when I play in the server, nobody calls me by my name. They just call me Digital. Like, that's like you can create yourself an online name that people will know you by.
They call him digital because they all think he's blind.
Like Frank. They call Frank
What does
Frank.
that
He's having to
have to
do
do
with
with
blind?
security.
Hey, Justin,
That's funny.
What?
we always find you
Joe.
weird. That's one.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
so you
Joe.
don't have to worry about naming the channel after a quad. But
Like you
and
ain't.
TJ, when you
What-
say yeah, somebody suggested that he changed the name, and he did it, and I guess he did it. He did it. You know, okay.
Yeah.
He said, that's what TJ said. He said, I guess he did it. He did it.
Come in.
Look at it. It's changed. Lord.
So
Yeah, I
did
had to
you
leave
get,
yesterday
did you
in a
get all
hurry.
your pictures and everything delivered, Joe?
No, I still got some. There's still
Oh.
people. I had a freaking sign next to the car yesterday, and the kid walked right by me. I didn't even. I had his sign with his picture on it. He walked right by me. I didn't even see him. You know, they said, "Yeah, he just left." Lord, that's all right. They're not getting him till Thursday. I'm not bringing him. But I had to leave because my daughter called me up crying yesterday.
Take a stand, Joe. Why don't you take a stand? There you go.
Well, what happened?
Yeah.
Wait,
No, her
wait.
car again. Remember, she's got the
bro-
car's giving her problems. So uncle, that's a mechanic, came over and changed the purge valve. So she filled it up with gas yesterday and got when she was on her way home, and then it started doing the same thing. She almost didn't get home with it. So she's crying. I said, well, first of all, crying ain't gonna help. You know, I said, call your uncle, see if he could run over and do it again. You know, see what it is. I said, that's why I said, let me go. So I went over there. I pulled the whole top off, pulled the purge valve off, took it off, checked it, put it back, and it's working. So I don't know if it's something might have blocked it.
She's probably looking for you to buy her a new car, Joe.
Oh, I ain't buying shit. She knows that. I don't have money for that.
Well, that EGR gets blocked up with oil because it's taking oil fumes out of the
Yeah.
engine block into the.
Later, Brody.
You best off when
Rodney.
you out clean it out with like a carb cleaner.
Yeah, she had
Okay,
a
Rodney. Rodney's at work. He's got to run. Have a
It's not
good day.
Rodney, it's
Rodney.
Quadney. Uses
What,
online
Quadney?
persona. Quadney.
yeah, when she cleared the
Right.
codes and everything, it came back with a bank 2 oxygen sensor also kicked in.
Mm.
So I said, call Lawrence and tell him to get an oxygen sensor and bring it over tomorrow. Because he'll do it, you know? I said, but we ran it last night and I told her, I said, and the thing is I tried to blow air through it and it was working because it was locked up. So I blew air through the hose too, both ways. And then, like I said, we started it up and when she started it before, it started for about a second, started shaking and killed. So when we did it after I put it all back together, it only took about 10 minutes. It was real easy. It's underneath the cover, but you can pull the cover off. You don't have to unscrew off anything. And I didn't know that, so that was it made it easier. But after we put it back on, we ran it for about 20 minutes, and I drove it around a little bit. I said, nothing wrong with it now. So she made it to work this morning. That's a good thing. I said, but the more I thought about it last night, you know what I thought about? It was right after she got gas. I'm wondering if she's also got a gas cap problem. Because a gas cap could mess you up too.
What,
Does
does
she
it
have
keep, like-
a gasless cap, or does she have one of the ones that doesn't have a gas cap?
I couldn't tell you. I didn't look at it. I wasn't about to fool with it just in case.
Does it keep falling off or something?
No, what happens if it doesn't seal properly? You're not getting the circulation you're supposed to get.
You know how
Oh.
when you screw it on, it goes click, 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 click. That's a seal.
Yeah.
Well, the seal's dirty too. It could mess it up.
Yep.
She said Lawrence pulled the gas cap and checked it too. So
Creates pressure inside the
yeah.
fuel tank.
But she said she put 87 octane in it and it was acting funny. I said, well, it's running good now, so the 87 should make a difference. I said, so there was something somewhere There's something in that line somewhere that was giving her the issue. And I think myself, I think there is a possible oxygen air sensor problem. So we're gonna have to just figure it out. I can't do anything till the weekend though. So as long as it gets it back and forth to the weekend, I may just grab the thing and go over and change it. It's right underneath the car. Those are easy to change. So it's like, but her big problem is when she got that car, it was a blessing to her. She got that car for $3,500 cash. Covered tax, title, license, everything. And the car is worth about $9,000. And I mean, but she could not tell her boyfriend not to take it every day when he didn't want to use his because he didn't have an AC. And his is dead. He can't even fix his now. His dad just bought him a new car and he moved out yesterday. He moved back with the mom and dad.
Ah, good.
Yeah. Oh, it is good. Got him out the house. Got him out of there. But his old car is still sitting there in their driveway. He needs to find a way to come get that piece of shit.
You can have it
Now the
towed out
fight
of there.
begins. Well, they can do it. They're gonna have to tow it. Oh, the dad's got a truck. Tow it to the house. Many a days, me and my cousin, with his pickup truck, would tow a car with a bunch of ropes.
Well, that story ended abruptly.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting on FedEx to get that camera. As soon as I sign for it, I'm going to fly with Johnny.
Dude, I remember UPS delivered 2 different packages to me this past year or so. Both times they required a signature, and both times they just left the shit at the door. They didn't even knock on the door. I come running to the door thinking I need a sign for it, and the guy's already jumping back in his truck hauling ass. Even though both of them said, because all they do is no, but what they do is they just sign it themselves and drop it and leave. They don't give a shit.
Oh yeah.
How come sometimes you have to sign for things, other times you don't?
The company.
Yeah, well, it depends on who shipped the product, and usually it's because it's an expensive product. Usually it's a very expensive product, or it might be court paperwork or something. You know, some kind of certified letter that requires a signature.
Oh, Johnny got a recall notice on the V-Copter batteries.
Already?
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't get one. So it might be a different batch, you know?
Yeah, it might be a certain batch of them.
But
and his
don't have to send them back. You don't have to send them back. They're going to send him new batteries.
It could be, and he got his a lot earlier than yours too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
Did you guys fly him upside down yesterday?
We didn't fly yet.
Oh, I thought you said yesterday you flew.
Well, we were supposed to yesterday. He was cutting grass. That's what I said. I'm going as soon as the package gets here. I'm gonna call him and then we're gonna go.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're going to fly yours upside down. That's good.
Not flying mine upside down. Didn't say that.
TJ, they require signature because the company doesn't want to have to cover $1,000 item if it gets stolen at the door.
Oh yeah.
That takes the liability off of them.
Yeah.
They say, well, you signed for it, you got it, so not our problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think DJI still requires it, doesn't it?
But if UPS did sign for it, like Joe has a camera at his door, and the guy drops it and somebody steals it, then Joe has the footage to say, well, he didn't even knock on my door, he just dropped it and left. And then it would be on UPS would have to pay for it. Yeah,
That's
UPS
what happened with that Power 1000.
Yeah, they'd end up having to pay for it at that point.
Hey, if you fly your V-Copter upside down, like how do you? Well, I guess before you land it, you turn it right side up and then land it.
DJ,
no, you have to grab it.
No, you
You
have
have
to
to
grab
hold
out
it
in the
upside
air.
down and launch it upside down, holding it. And then when you stop it, you got to grab it upside down because you can't land it upside down.
You got to
Oh
hand
yeah,
catch
you
it.
have to like kind of like so you can grab it from the bottom or whatever.
Well, you
You
can
grab
grab
it
it
from the
any way
bottom.
you want
See,
to,
the
TJ,
way
but that'd
they
be the
sh-
smart way.
The
Yes.
way they should have designed the
Uh,
props is where they rotated themselves all the way around, like
Yeah.
Osprey does. You know, one of the Ospreys. That's the way they
Yeah.
should have designed it, where you could just hit a button and it would flip itself around.
Well, I
That's
flew
version
mine
2,
yesterday.
Justin. That'll be version 2.
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't
That's
worry
what
about that
I'm
one.
waiting
I'm not
for.
buying it.
that's the V-Copter Mini S. That'll be out in another 5 years. Don't worry about it. You got plenty of
Joe.
time to save up, Joe.
With the same technology.
Yep. Now, by that time, it will have the Air 2 camera.
But I've just looked on the internet now, and the second phone that I had, which was a Sony Ericsson, I think it was a P1. There are two for sale on eBay. One's 63 quid and the other one is 250 quid.
Is one of them brand new, though? Like in
I
a
don't-
box?
Well, I've still got mine in the drawer.
Because
With the
people, that's the thing, is there are a lot of people out there that have big phone collections. So there is a market for old phones.
Yeah.
But it also depends on which one it is. You know, there's certain models that are more sought out than others.
Like I said, it was a really tiny one. You didn't even notice it was in your pocket when you had it.
There's one guy I was watching on YouTube, and he collects every model phone. It don't matter if it's a cheap $10 one from Walmart. He tries to find every single phone made and has this massive collection of cell phones. Like you could open a fucking museum. That would not. I mean, yeah, that would be potentially more failure points, but that don't mean it's a shitty design. I mean, the whole concept of flying it upside down is stupid anyway. It's just it's something that they probably didn't even intentionally mean to do. It's probably something they figured out in the factory. They were like, "Oh shit, this thing flies upside down. We can add that to the feature list." Because I don't know if I would have wasted $100,000 or whatever trying to figure that out. What is that? A spider?
Yeah, pumpkin spider.
No, that's pretty funny.
Already
Yeah.
getting your Halloween shit printed out?
No, I'm just putting that because I felt like I had the colors in it.
You're getting ready for the landfill.
All the stuff he wants to give his granddaughter.
Yeah, but he's also got to be careful with some of that stuff because if it's not food safe and it's got real small parts, because at her age she's going to stick stuff in her mouth. I mean, kids when they're that little, they put everything in their damn mouth. So you want to make sure that you're printing with food safe, that they're not going to get sick or something weird happen.
Yeah, she's 2 years old. I think she's a freaking midget. I think she's lying with her age. Because yesterday she was standing there next to me by the car, and I have a fishing pole in my car. And I said, "You know what this is for?" And she goes, "Fishing to catch a fish." I said, "Y'all teach her that?" They don't know where she thought she must have saw it somewhere, right?
Well, obviously, a fishing pole would be for catching fish.
Boy, hey, you remember that,
But she's 2 years old. I never showed it to her before.
Joe? You remember that news, that whole thing a few years ago about that couple that adopted that little girl, and then it turned out they thought she was like some 30-year-old midget.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And they did
30 years old, something like that.
Yeah, and she was apparently from another country, and they had found evidence that she was like in her 30s, but she looked
Wow.
like she was fucking 2. And it was just her mannerisms, the way she would act. I don't know
Yeah,
if they ever actually proved it, but
Oh yeah, one of those.
Yeah, that's a whole
That's-
phone.
Ericsson.
Sony Ericsson,
Yep. I remember those.
tiny little thing.
Oh yeah, back in the day, it was like whoever could make the smallest, more compact phone. Now it's who could
Yeah.
have the biggest screen.
And then
Yeah.
Nokia had the plastic wrap around it, that real thick plastic to protect it.
Well, phones were generally tougher back then because there was less breakable components in them.
It's kind of like an underwater housing. It was so thick that
They weren't nearly as
piece.
complex neither. Like when smartphones first came out, man, it didn't take much to break a screen, I'll tell you that. Now they do take a little bit of effort to break a screen.
Mm.
Glass is definitely better than it was 15 years ago or 10 years ago. Especially if you have a case on it. I don't know how people walk around with a $1,000 or $2,000 phone without a case on it. That's just savagery right there.
The only glass that's not better now than 10 years ago is in camera lenses.
So, Justin, it's almost 20 years, believe it or not. 2007, the first smartphone came out. My gosh, that's 20
Damn,
years.
it's been that long?
Yeah.
That was back when the Apple and Android first released theirs, yeah.
Wow.
Well, I
Yeah.
think the first mobile phones were around about 1985.
Unless you watch the whole conspiracy on that Charlie Chaplin movie from the 30s, I think it was. Have you ever seen that story about that? So there was Charlie, I think it was Charlie Chaplin, if I'm not mistaken. It was one of his silent movies. And in
That
the
guy was pretty
movie,
funny.
a lady walks by in the frame, like clear as day,
Oh, yeah.
walks through, and she looks like she's talking on a cell phone. She
In
literally
a
has a
silent
little
movie.
yeah, she has a little box up to her head, and she's talking as she's walking. And people to this day have that conspiracy. It thinks it's a cell phone, like she's a
Yeah.
time traveler or something that happened to walk through the movie set at that time. Let's see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure it was a Charlie Chaplin movie.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a silent movie, I know that.
But there was a whole conspiracy around that. Yeah, it was actually pretty interesting. Now, whether it's got any actual truth to it, I don't know.
It was a silent movie. How did they know she was talking?
Because you could see her mouth moving while she was walking. That's why people said that.
We heard it,
I
Mark.
knew
We
somebody was
heard
gonna say that shit. I knew it. Smart ass.
Might have been a
Oh,
mic.
yeah, here.
that was the first.
This is my first car phone right there.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Good God, man.
Was that in your Cadillac?
That
Did
was
you
in
have
my
that?
truck.
Oh,
That's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ.
Oh,
That's a
Why'd you
little
need it?
bulky right there. That's
Did
too
you
bulky.
get YouTube on it?
No.
I didn't get
showed it.
YouTube on there.
There you go. This was the
The bad thing about it is the majority of those old big box phones was battery.
see, and then she's walking right here. And then when she turns right there, you can see her mouth moving.
Oh.
But she walks through, it looks like she's talking on a cell phone. And there's been this big old conspiracy around it. Because she turns and kind of like looks like she's looking towards the camera, and then her mouth is moving while she's doing it. But it tries to like zoom in and give you kind of a closer perspective.
hey, can you send me that link, Justin?
But you,
Yeah, it
you
does
kinda,
look like she's. It does look like she's talking on a phone.
now there is, and then she turns and kind of looks and see her mouth moving.
Yeah.
Ever slightly. And now people are saying, some people were saying, well, it's probably one of those old hearing aids that you would have to hold up to your ear to hear, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like a little box. I'll send it to you, Lance. Hold on.
Thank you. Show my students day one, which it happens to be tomorrow.
I said it was a fun little conspiracy to go down a rabbit hole on.
Sure.
But I said whether it has any valid truth behind it, I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to go into the whole, time travelers exist and all that.
No, my first phone was not a Motorola. It was a Grundig.
See, my dad's suitcase phones that he had in the trucks looked nothing like the one Paul showed. They looked a little bit more modern than that. I mean, they fit into I don't know, like a tablet size case, I guess. They weren't that big. That thing looked bulky as shit.
Ugh.
Yeah, and you got two different types of batteries for it because they slid onto the back of the phone. You got a thin one, and then you got a thicker one, which lasted longer.
Was one of them made it under 249 grams so you could fly it?
No, but it costs you $1,500 more for that upgrade. They gave you 3 more minutes of talk time.
Yeah.
It was only what, like $8 a minute or something to talk on it. Something ridiculous.
Yeah, that was ridiculous back then.
And
I had
no-
400 texts a month. After that, it was, I think, 10 cents a text.
Oh yeah, dude, kids fucked parents over bad back in the day when they used to have limited text messaging.
Yeah, and
Oh
that
my God, dude.
was receive and send, and so someone would send you a text that said "okay," and it's like shit. And then you would respond in a long text, and then they would say "okay" again.
Yeah, another minute.
Yeah.
And I remember the phone bills back in the day, the itemized phone bills. Oh my
Yeah.
God, they were fucking encyclopedias. They were so thick. Because they would break down every little fucking thing about your phone bill. Somebody made this call at this time, and then this call at this time, and this text message at this time. Like it broke down every stupid little thing.
Yeah.
So I wonder how long distance works. If I were to call from my cell phone to a landline in New York, would the landline people have to pay long distance charges?
I
No.
don't even think long distance is a thing anymore, to be honest. Even
No,
if
I
you do
think-
have a landline, I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Your coverage is for my coverage is for all of North America, Canada, U.S., and Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah,
So,
if you
so
phone
the cell
abroad,
phone, so Paul, the cell phone would be okay. I'm wondering about the guy receiving my call on a landline.
Well, he's
No.
receiving. He's not paying for
No.
anything.
And
Because-
landline.
I don't think
Because
anybody's
more-
got landlines anymore because, like, anytime I've like walked into somebody's house, like I've never like
Yes.
seen a phone hanging on somebody's wall.
What were you
So
saying,
hold
Mark?
on. Let me finish my conversation here. Hold on. So
Want this bill?
So there's when we both had landlines, when I had a landline and my parents had a landline and I called them, I think we both had to pay. Isn't that right?
No, it was whoever was making the call had to pay.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
been so long. Okay. Good enough.
I've still got a landline. But most
Well,
land-
you had
now-
a monthly charge. You had a monthly charge for your phone on the wall, your home phone.
Yep, like 14 bucks a month.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And you didn't pay for any incoming. But what I remember when they first had the landlines, you used to have to pick the phone up and listen so that nobody else was on it because the other neighbors could be on the phone.
Yep,
That
third
would only
party
get the
lines.
party line.
We had a third party line.
Yep.
One ring was us, 2 rings was our neighbor. Was I speaking really loud just now?
Yeah.
A van came.
Well, most phones these days aren't even actual traditional landlines anyway, so it don't matter.
All digital.
Yeah, they're all just plugged into your router now, so they're not technically a landline anymore. Because if your internet goes out, your fucking phone goes out. Or if your
Okay.
electric goes out.
I don't know whether it's still the
No.
same, but it used to be that if you phoned your friend and your friend was abroad at the time, you paid the local call and the person who was abroad paid the international part of
Well,
the
why
call.
would it cost more for women?
Said abroad.
Oh, abroad. I thought he was
Not
talking
a
about
broad.
abroad.
Lord, Paul.
No, no, long distance isn't a thing anymore. Even on landlines, that's not a thing no more. Or what you want to consider landlines.
Yeah, but
Pretty good.
international calls are though.
Oh yeah,
Nice,
international.
nice try, Paul.
But
That was
but
a
the
hard
thing
try.
is there's so many free applications out there that you can call
You got to
free
pay more if
international.
you're abroad.
Why would you pay for it?
WhatsApp.
Yeah,
WhatsApp.
so long as you walk a mile. Yeah.
Yeah, like Messenger, WhatsApp. I mean, there's just so many. You can use Google Voice. Google Voice is pretty much an online phone.
Used to
That you
be
can use.
Viber used to be one of the first ones.
That's pretty good. Abroad.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, so to me, it's pointless paying international calling unless you're doing some kind of business work where you really need to be able to make phone calls to somebody. But
Yeah.
if you're just calling friends and shit, there's so many free apps you can do that.
I used Messenger to phone Lance the other week, didn't I?
Yeah, so I'm saying if I need to call David or Dominic or Matt or somebody, I just use Messenger. It's free. I can sit on there for 4 hours and talk, and it don't cost me a fucking dime. And I can video call too.
Yeah, Messenger's great. I love that damn thing.
That's the thing is like 20 years ago, it would have been unheard of to know you could video chat your buddy from across the world for free. It
Yeah.
wouldn't cost you nothing. And the connection has almost no latency. I mean, that's one of the crazy things too is like the latency. There's no latency issues anymore with stuff like that. Unless your just internet at home is acting up at the time, but normal phone call on Messenger, video call, you're fine.
Mhm. I think Viber was one of the original internet calls.
I'm not sure. I have used Google Voice a few times too.
Is Napster still a thing?
No, I think they're still.
So. Maybe
I
it is. Maybe.
I don't know if the Napster's still around or not. They're not doing what they used to do though.
Thought
I remember
Napster
you could like
music.
download music for free on that damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Napster still is around, but operates as a legal music streaming service, not the original peer-to-peer file sharing platform it was. It was acquired by the blockchain company Algorand in 2022, then by metaverse company Infinite Reality in March 2025.
There was also
Plans to integrate
LimeWire
social
too.
and virtual features.
LimeWire, you could download music for free on
Dude, LimeWire would fuck your computer up so bad though.
that.
You didn't know what was in those files when you were downloading them.
Yeah.
Napster was just as dangerous sometimes.
That was what I downloaded all the Harry Potter audio books from on LimeWire.
Oh, dude, yeah, you could fuck your parents' computer up back in the 90s with LimeWire.
Yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s. I've seen so many computers get screwed up from that site back in the day.
Well, my
I had
parents
it.
never.
I downloaded like so much music because I had one of those. Oh, what the hell was that device I had? It looked like
MP3 player.
but it was an MP3, but it looked like a CD, like you could stick a CD inside of it, but there was a screen on top, and it had these up and down arrows that you could like scroll through the music that you've downloaded and shit like that.
wasn't the micro. It wasn't the Zoom, was it?
No, it was. I can't remember what the damn thing was, but it
Yeah, but
looked.
there
It
were
literally
so
looked
many
like a.
different ones.
It looked like a portable CD player, is what it looked like.
Yeah, but there were so many different, like thousands of different styles of MP3 players back then. But the two
Yeah.
most well known was the Zoom, the Zune,
What?
not the Zoom, the Zune.
The
Oh,
Discman.
yeah. I had one of those. I had a Zune.
The Zune failed though because that was their response to that
Yeah.
iPod, but the iPod ended up blowing up, and the Zune ended up ultimately failing.
I had a Zune, and then I had a thing that you could stick it in. It had two speakers on the side, and you could listen to it like through the speakers.
That was probably an iPod.
Hey, TJ,
Well, no,
I had
it was a Zune. It was Zune, and it had a docking station that you set it in that you
His
could listen
iPods
to.
had tons of docking stations like that.
Yeah.
Hey, TJ, I had a thing I could stick it in too, but we're divorced now.
Actually, God, no. Get it?
That's funny.
I have a original iPod right here in my hands.
That's pretty
It's
good,
a
Joe. That's pretty good. That's pretty
160 gigabyte.
You can always plan on Uncle Joe putting in that little yank.
I actually should put this thing on eBay.
That's pretty good.
Gigabytes. You sure it wasn't 160 megabytes?
No, it was 160 gigabytes. Says it right on the back.
That's a lot for that age.
It wasn't the this wasn't the original one. This was what generation was this one? I can't remember.
Hey,
But there is a used market for iPods though, because some people will buy them and they'll restore them, put like newer LCD screens and shit in them, and then they'll replace the 32 pin adapters with like a modern USB-C or something, or a Lightning connection. They'll kind of update everything on it.
They used the big long plug like the original iPhones used.
Yeah, it's a 32 pin adapter.
Yeah.
The big fat ass ones. Yeah, because I've seen some people that were doing some videos on YouTube and they restored a couple of them and they put like a new modern screen in there. It's really bright and everything. They redid the dial. They cleaned up the case and then they took the old port out and soldered a new USB-C port in there that was designed for it. And it filled in all that extra space it had. And then it had the USB-C in the middle. So you could have a more modern charger. I also seen somebody do that on an old Sega, one of the little handheld Sega gaming systems.
oh yeah, I had one of them too. That was pretty cool.
I watched
those
the
were
guy
pretty cool.
do a teardown the other day, and he put a brand new, brand new screen in it that was an LCD, and then he put a USB-C charging port in it, put a brand new headphone jack in it, and yeah, he redid everything, put new buttons on it. The thing looked badass when he got done with it.
Huh.
Because they used one of those old barrel plugs from back in the day. Still, some devices still use those, but pretty much any old electronics, usually you can find a USB-C and that you can solder in there and put a new modern plug on it. Let me see what these iPods. Let me see what the 160 gig ones are going for on eBay. This one's a little rough.
Do they still have those? Do they still make those Apple iPods?
No, they stopped making those probably 7 years ago, 8 years ago. It's been a while. It was stupid, dude, because I would get these people coming into Walmart and they'd buy an Apple phone and then buy an iPod. And I'm like, dude, everything that iPod does, your phone can do. Why do you
Yeah.
need a special device to put your music on? Just put it on your fucking phone. You're wasting $200 on an
Yeah.
iPod. It's stupid.
You can just download iHeartRadio or download any kind of music app and just fucking just do that shit.
Well, that was before a lot of those what do you want to say, music apps started coming out. That was
Well, I
when
think,
people were still buying them from the iStore and all that.
well, yeah, that was iTunes.
Yeah, when you would get the you'd pay like $1.99 per song.
What's the other big one,
Okay,
right?
so this one is an iPod Classic, late 2009. 160 gig. Wow, they're actually going for some money. Even some beat up ones I've seen. It looks like a beat up one goes for about 120. If they're really nice and in good shape and in the box, they go for about 250. Because there's a couple of them here beat to hell. Not bad. Somebody's got a brand new one sealed in the box unopened for $800. Yeah, so it looks like it's iPod Classic 7th generation is what this one is. And it looks like a couple of the auctions I'm looking at on here. They got a couple of them that are pretty beat up like mine, and they're going for about $100 on auction. The auctions are about to end. That's not bad.
Kids are standing at the bus stop.
But after you take eBay's 20%, it's what, $80? I could probably put it on Facebook Marketplace and get rid of it.
eBay are getting crazy now. They're adding a percentage on to the price for the buyer now for buyer protection. They're setting the postage charges and then adding VAT to it as well.
They got like a couple of Apple iPods on Amazon. There's one that's like $259, and then like the very first one at the top of the page is like the iPod Nano is like $226. That's I used to have that one.
Yeah, maybe there's some third-party sellers that have a truckload of new ones from back in the day or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Comes to my wife. Nope, that's not her.
Then they got the Apple iPod Touch.
I think the Touch was the last one they came out with.
Yeah.
That was when they put the touch screen and all that shit on it.
Yep.
But what was revolutionary about the iPod was that wheel. That wheel design they came up with it.
Wheel design.
When you moved your finger around the white wheel.
Oh, yeah.
And it had that, what do you want to call it? That, it's that touch technology where you can feel it, but it's not really doing anything. But you can feel the clicking in it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what you call that. What is that called?
What time is it? 2 minutes to 7? No, 6 minutes till. So
What
6
time? What
minutes
time you got to be to work?
7:30.
There you go, TJ.
but there's no kids today. And I'm
Wait,
gonna
what is
stop.
it? What was it?
I'm gonna stop and get
Oh yeah. Huh.
pictures on the way in anyway. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. It's a nice thing about being the photography teacher. I do my lesson plans on the way in, so if I come late, which I never do, but I have an excuse if I do.
Oh, it's the adaptive touch. That's what it was.
Oh, adapter touch.
No, adaptive touch.
Oh, adapted. Oh.
It's where you touch. Yeah, adaptive touch.
Oh, tiv. Oh, adaptive. Okay.
Yeah, it's where you touch something like the wheel on an iPod, and it feels like there's like a natural clicking in it, but there's really nothing there. It's kind of weird to explain, but yeah, it makes a little like feeling it in your fingers so you can feel it, but it's not actually a moving part.
They'll wait, right?
The high schools here
remember those
ban
days.
Beats headphones now.
You have a good day.
Yeah, Lance, the high schools ended up banning Beats headphones now.
Oh, headphones as well. Oh, good.
Yeah, because too many of them were getting stolen.
Yeah.
So they told the kids they could only bring cheap earbuds, and that's it.
Oh, they can't.
They
They can't wear the. They
So
can't wear
they
the
have
game
to have a
headphones.
dongle. No, they have to have a dongle for their phone and have plug-in headphones.
Huh.
If they want headphones at school. They said, go get
Which
you
is
cheap
gonna-
$20 pair at the store, and you're not allowed to have no expensive ones.
Which is going to
It's like-
cramp their style because they need to be able to plug in their phone to charge it because it dies. So,
Well, you can get the dongles that have a charger port.
oh,
Oh, too.
like a dual plug or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
It has a headphone jack and a charging port on it, so you don't have to unplug it.
Yeah.
But
And they also have that
Kelsey's-
battery that sticks to the back sometimes, depending on your phone.
because Kelsey asked me, she goes, can you get me a new pair of headphones? I said, for what? I said, you got a $220 pair of Beats. She goes, we're not allowed to wear those at school no more. I said, why? She goes, because everybody keeps stealing them.
Well, how could they steal? Like you have them in your backpack. Well, I guess like if you put them in your backpack, somebody could like come up behind you and like unzip your backpack and like.
Dude,
like-
I used to see that in school all the time, TJ. Literally, there'd be a kid standing in line, like in the lunchroom or something. And
Right.
another kid would come up behind him and slowly open their bag, and you'd see them reach in and grab their shit. I saw so
Oh,
many
God.
kids' shit get stolen like that.
Man.
I actually had on my backpack, because I had a really nice skateboarding backpack. And on the back pocket, it had a little thing where both zippers came together and you could put a little lock in there.
Oh
That's
yeah.
where I used to keep all my CDs and my Discman back in the day and my headphones. I'd put
yeah,
them in there
that's-
and I had a little lock that
Yeah,
I
that's
would
pretty
put on there
smart.
and I'd keep the key on my belt loop.
That's pretty smart.
I'll be back,
And then
guys.
other kids what they would do is they'd go up to their lockers, right? And they would
Yeah.
put the combination in so that that way they could just come up to it when they were in between classes and they could just hit the thing and open it up. So they wouldn't have to sit there and put the combo in. Well,
Yeah.
some kids caught wise to that and they started going down the lockers and pulling up on all the latches and seeing which one's opened. And,
Oh, because kids, like they wouldn't lock their locks all the way.
No. They had the combination locks built into the locker. And so they would put the combination in and then they just wouldn't open the locker. That way, when they needed to get into it real fast, they could just come up and unlatch it and
Oh,
open it. Well, some kids figured that out and they started going down the lockers and pulling up on all the latches. Whichever one's open, they'd go through them and steal shit.
Yep.
man, that's
And
fucked
so
up.
then the school told us,
I
they
would
were
do
like,
the first
stop.
two numbers and not the third number, and then go by and do my third number and open it up. But yeah, you're right. Some people would do all three numbers, and kids figured that out, and they would do it just to open them up, and they would open them up, and you see 15 lockers open in a hallway, type of thing.
But yeah,
And who
kids
knows
would
if
leave.
anything was taken?
Well, they used to steal shit out of them too. Like there would be like Discmans, and people would have
Yeah,
books of
I'm sure.
CDs and different things like that. And it got to a point where it was becoming such a problem. The school had to like keep drilling it into us. Don't leave your locker. You know, you put your combination in when you come up to it. Don't put it in. Because so many people's shit was getting stolen. And back then they didn't have
Yep.
security cameras around the schools. So they didn't know who was doing it. Unless somebody told on somebody, you wouldn't know who was doing it.
They should have like cameras like inside the
Okay,
the
guys,
lockers.
I'll be back.
Well, these days there's cameras all over the schools, but back then camera technology wasn't that great. So
Uh,
it was really expensive to put up cameras. Now you can put up a pretty decent camera system for not that much money.
yep.
You
I
didn't
said,
even have lockers.
well, it's like, these days, if you just want to do your own security system at your house, you could spend $600, have 4 cameras, a doorbell camera. You can have an electronic lock on your front door, and it'll all alert you when shit's going on around your house. But 20 years ago, if you wanted a system like that, or 25 years ago, you were talking about thousands and thousands of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
And you would have to have a tech come in and wire it all and everything. You don't have to do that anymore. You can get a really nice security system now for about $600 to $800, depending on how much you want to spend. And it doesn't take long to put up at all, neither. Shit, you can do a 4 wireless camera system probably in a matter of an hour, have it all up ready to go. So when the guy came to do our security, redo the security system here about 4 or 5 months ago, he put up 3 cameras outside, the doorbell, a new doorbell, and a new digital lock for the front door. And he put a like a 12-inch screen right inside the door on the wall, and a few sensors on the doors, and it took him maybe 2 hours to do all that. And then about 20, 30 minutes to get everything hooked up in the app. And he was out the door.
Pretty quick.
You want that kind of alarm over here, you get somebody to come in and do it, some firm, and they want to put their own alarm systems in. Quite often they'll do the alarm system for nothing for you, but then they charge you like 35 quid a month for monitoring fees.
Yeah, that's how they get you with the free equipment. They entice you with that, but then yeah. But I mean, it's the same with cell phones. I mean,
if at the end of the like 18-month contract you decide you don't want to carry on with the monitoring, you can't use the app on it anymore. You can still use the system, but not on your app, so you've got no control over it other than from the keypad.
yeah. I mean, it's the same kind of shit that cell phone companies do with contracts. That's why I don't like doing contract phones. I'd rather just buy my phone straight out, own the damn thing, and then I can pick what plan I want to put on it. And I don't have to pay a monthly bill on it,
Yeah.
I don't need to get the latest phone every year, so I don't need to lease a damn phone. I want to own it outright, and then I can sell it when I'm done with it. 'Cause that's the thing with Samsung is that iPhones have a pretty damn good resale value even 2-3 years after you buy it. I mean, I took an iPhone 10 to the ATM machine, the iPhone XR. I took it to the phone ATM machine, and it gave me like $45-50 for it.
Hmm.
That was about 8 months ago, and that was like a 5-6 year old phone. I wasn't complaining. Better than just sitting in my drawer collecting dust.
Mm.
Yep.
You can only do 5 phones on those eco machines at a time. If you got a whole drawer full of them and they got one near you, it's a good way to make a little extra cash off your old cell phones.
I don't think we've got them over here.
We have them, but they're very spread out. Like the closest one to us is about a 35-40 minute drive.
Hmm.
I've been to it twice. It's inside the Walmart in out by the Frostproof area, so it's a little bit of a drive. But none of the Walmarts here have them. So But they
Pissing me off.
claim-
It's saying now 12 o'clock.
and I know what they're doing with them. They're either recycling the ones that are broken or they're selling the ones that are still in good shape. But the crazy thing is you'll hear it dump into like just an empty bucket inside the machine. You'll hear it drop and it'll be like,
Yeah, it's funny when you drop things in those little drop boxes like phones or whatever, and just hear it go clunk.
But you have to take a picture. They have to scan your ID or your license. The machine does, and then it has to take a facial picture of you. And then that way, if the phone's stolen, the cops can try to narrow down who sold it. So there's quite a few security steps you got to go through. You got to put all your information in, and it has to match up with your ID and everything else, like your address and everything. So it's pretty strict as far as what you got to go through before it will take a phone from you. But it will only let you do 5 a week, I think it is. And we had 7 phones when we went there, so Sarah had to do 2 of them.
It's got all that information, but how does it know which phone you put in?
So there's Lightning and USB-C plugs. Like there's different plugs, and you plug it in, and it also does like a scan of the phone, and it like I guess compares it to a database of photos of different phones. Because I've never had it not get the phone right. So even if the phone wouldn't turn on or anything, because it will ask you, will the phone turn on? If yes, you plug it in. If it won't turn on, then you just do it and it scans the phone, and I guess it uses a database to figure out what phone it is, but it's always been right every time I've used it.
Yeah, Mark, the way it works is ever since we won the war, we got that new technology, not that old school stuff.
Yeah, he said they don't even have them machines.
Well, I've
You
never
guys,
seen one.
you guys might have a version of it over there. Might be called something else. Over here, they're called eco ATMs, I think.
It's possible, but I don't think I've ever seen one.
I've never seen one. I've never looked for one.
You have to go to their website and look on the map, and it'll tell you where the nearest one is. Yeah, there are some in the UK.
All right.
It says there's not a lot of them, but there are some there. Because I guess they've gone international in a lot of different countries. So. And they're called Eco ATMs over there too.
Alright.
I don't know if they. I think they just take phones and tablets. I don't think they take anything else. At least the one I've been to, it doesn't give you any options for like computers or anything like that. So. Philip Koshat said, I used one about 2 weeks ago, got $20 for my old Motorola.
Mm.
Yeah, then there's some they won't give you any money for. It'll just say, we can't give you any money, but would you like to recycle the phone anyway?
Mm.
And usually that's like the really cheapy off-brand phones, you know?
I always liked it when every time you turned on a Motorola phone, it would say, hello, Moto.
Hello, Moto.
Hello, Moto.
Or the Droid phones that used to make the Droid noise when you turn them on.
Oh, yeah. I got one of those. It goes, Droid.
Yeah, I used to like that one.
I don't think they make those anymore, do they?
I don't think so.
I think they've stopped making Droid phones. Yeah, they haven't sold them since 2016. The Motorola Droid series was a line of Android phones exclusively for Verizon Wireless in the United States, which the last model was released in 2016.
Wake up, TJ.
I know. I had a big, huge cup of coffee this morning, so.
So you should be awake then.
I know.
Unless you're crashing.
So, I think it might be decaf coffee. I don't know.
I don't see the point in decaf coffee. I think that's the most pointless shit ever.
Yeah.
Like people drink coffee to wake up, but then it's like I'll see these people, they're like, oh man, I'm so tired, I need some coffee, and then they go get decaf, and I'm like, it doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah.
What
Like,
the
why are
fuck's
you
the point in
drinking decaf?
drinking
Why
it?
are you caffeinated? Or drink a Red Bull or something.
No, it's the fact that they make the statement that they need to wake up and drink some coffee, but then there's no caffeine in it. It's like, well, what in
Yeah.
the coffee is waking you up?
Put a
Coffee
double
puts me
shot
to
of
sleep.
espresso.
I mean, that's like saying I want to get drunk and you go and buy an, alcohol-free beer.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh yeah, that hits the spot. Like, what the fuck?
Put a double shot of espresso in there.
I think coffee's nasty as shit, so I definitely wouldn't be drinking it. Decaf
Yeah.
if I had a choice.
That's funny how you like the smell of it, but the taste of it just kind of makes you gag.
Well, I mean, it's the same as gas. Most people like the smell of gas, but you wouldn't want to drink the shit. Have you ever siphoned some gas and got it in your mouth?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's up, Shaq?
I mean, there are people that do they don't swallow it, but they drink it when they're like doing fire shows and shit like that.
That's a special type of.
Yeah, and it's a really good laxative as well.
Oh, it's not actual gas that they're drinking.
No, that's probably some kind of special fire liquid for performers, I'm sure.
I thought it was like actual
I'm sure
gas.
there's a company that probably makes. It's probably kerosene or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
That tastes even worse.
Gas is fucking disgusting, though, dude. I've gotten that in my mouth plenty of times when I'm siphoning some gas out of one thing and into a gas can, whatever it might have been. Whoa, gross. Best thing you do is get you a little electric pump and put 2 hoses on it, and then if you got to siphon gas all the time, because we used to do it out of the cars when we'd get like wrecked cars coming into the shop, and they would go through lean seal, and they might have a full tank of gas. We would siphon all the gas out of there. But we used to have an electric one that my uncle made, and you would just take a battery out to the car, You would put the little prongs on it, little pump would turn on, and you
Okay.
just stick the hose down in there.
Well, isn't there a way like you can like crawl underneath the car and just like disconnect the tank or whatever, and then just dump it out somewhere?
No, you don't want to do that. That's
Uh,
why when people work on gas tanks like fuel pumps and stuff, they drain the fuel first.
um,
You know how heavy a gas tank is full of gas?
Yeah, I had to do one once.
I thought it was like a
But a
like
lot of
I
new
thought it
cars
was,
you can't siphon anyway because they usually have a security screen somewhere in the hose that will block a siphon hose from going down in there.
yeah.
So
I thought
older
like the
cars
gas
you can
tank.
siphon
I thought
easy.
the gas tanks were it was like a I don't know like a plastic thing like sitting in there or whatever. I don't know.
No, the older cars you could get a hose all the way down in the gas tank and siphon it out real quick. The newer
Yeah,
cars they usually
I think the first thing they used to stop people doing that was like a coil spring type thing that was inserted in the inlet pipe, so
yeah,
that
and then
you could
some
do past it.
and then some cars just had locks on their gas the little doors, the gas doors. I remember some cars had those. You had to have a key to unlock that, or it'd be the
Oh
same
yeah,
key as your
yeah, I
door.
remember that. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was either you had a gas cap that had a lock, a key on
Yep.
it.
I remember gas caps with locks. Yeah, a lot of motorcycles have those.
I think nearly all motorcycles have them actually.
I'm only speaking from dirt bikes. Not a lot of dirt bikes had them, but
Mm.
the two dirt bikes I had both had locking gas caps. Even though you still had the vent hose that came out of the top of it, it had a lock next to it that you would have to unlock in order to unscrew it. But yeah, street bikes, I think that's pretty standard across the board because
Yeah.
you take your gas cap off and it's just an open fucking tank. Anybody could get in there.
Yeah, I think my gas tank on my bike took 5 gallon, which is probably closer to 7 US gallon. And I know petrol doesn't weigh as much as water, but a gallon of water over here weighs £10.
8 pounds here.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what a gallon of gas weighs, to be honest.
A gallon of gas probably about 10 pounds.
No, it would be lighter, wouldn't it?
gas is lighter than petrol's lighter than water because it floats
I
on top of.
thought water was heavy. I mean, I thought petrol. I thought gas was heavy.
No, petrol and oil
No, you're
float
right.
on water.
So it'd be probably about 4 pounds a gallon, I'd say. 4 or 5.
No, a
Something
bit
like that.
more. Maybe 6 or 7. It's not that much lighter.
Let's see here. We'll just look it up.
Oh, no, I used to have a 5 gallon gas tank and that was pretty damn heavy.
How much
Yeah.
does a gallon of gas?
About 6.3 or something.
It can vary from 5.76 to 6.35 pounds, depending on the specific fuel formulation, temperature, and pressure additives. Gasoline is less dense than water, which weighs about 8.3 to 8.4 pounds per US gallon. All right, I'm jumping off. I'll catch y'all later.
All right, Justin,
Yeah.
we'll see you.
He just said,
Another ship coming? Is he back-to-back ships?
I guess so.
Shit, he might have 3 or 4 ships down there right now.
he's getting as many in as he can before he can't recharge his batteries.
Yeah, no. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what to believe on that.
Mm.
Because he's too calm about it, you know? Think it's just gonna go away. The one thing I don't like is what he keeps saying. Well, when I'll be done when that happens.
Yeah, I know. It's not a
He
good.
says, yeah, I'm on my way out when that happens. That's what he says.
What, Paul?
Yeah.
How many ships can you get in one day?
How many ships can you do in your lifetime?
Yeah.
After I
I
flew
mean,
about 3 or 4, I might be tired of doing it. Especially the
Yeah.
same ones all the time.
he couldn't
I
even
still-
go
I-
into a retirement or nursing home, could he? Because you get charged for that over there, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just concerned because of the fact that he keeps saying, I'm only worried about what's going to happen to Boone.
Yeah.
Well, he should take Boone with him because when he went to go fly
You
ships
can't-
before,
you
he used to
can't
take
take Boone.
when Mia was around, he used to take Mia with him.
Yeah, Mia
See-
didn't jump around and run. Mia was old.
Yeah.
Boone wants to see the world.
Yeah.
TJ, we're talking about the fact that Paul keeps on talking about ending his life. I don't think he wants to take Boone with him.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
he has mentioned that before. Because remember that
He-
I
he
remember
keep- he
this a
keeps
long
saying, "I'm
time
on my
ago.
way out."
Remember when on that one stream when he held the gun to his head?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah, Paul don't need to be talking about that shit.
But what
Yeah, he
Paul
keeps on-
needs to do, and I hate to say it like this, but Paul needs to look into assisted living.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, that costs, doesn't it?
Yeah, but if he's got a like Social Security, so we take a percentage.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. You know, because I don't think he. Hold on. God! Oh.
Dog's acting up again.
I'll go inside and plug my phone in down to 10%.
Yeah, it looked like your phone was about to die when you were sharing the screen when you were sharing the picture of the Motorola phone there.
Glad he made it here early.
What were the dogs doing?
Well, barking because they got to deliver.
Oh, there you go.
Mm.
Mavic 4 Pro.
Nice.
Right.
No.
Cool.
You crazy.
Who else is in the chat since? Philip, Donald, Jody.
Yeah, nobody else came in. JD hasn't popped in.
Mm.
Must be working on his trucks.
Canon 90D.
Oh, your camera's arrived, does it?
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan, what's up?
Jonathan, what's up?
Yeah, that is pretty sad. Oh, here comes Lance again. He's in his car heading to work.
I am. This could be my last first day.
Your last first day?
Yeah, if he retires this year.
Oh yeah, that's right too.
Yes. Look, Lance,
He got himself a camera.
90D, Canon 90D.
Oh, you got it yet? I can't see it. I'm looking right.
It just came in.
Looks small. You have a battery grip with that?
No, for the bottom, you mean? No. But I'm wondering, because it uses the same battery, I'm wondering if one of the battery grips I have might work with it.
Canon, usually they're interchangeable, but not always. I know
Yeah.
all my Pentax are. Every one of my Pentax, except for my IST, the very first digital camera that Pentax came out with, was called the IST. It was
Right.
the asterisk, the 8 above the 8 sign, IST, IST. What a weird name for a camera.
Yep. Well, I can let Johnny know now that I'm available.
I think the only battery grip I've got, as well as the extra door, the separate door that you could buy for it, was for
Just got the
the
camera, so let me know when you want to go.
620.
Be right back, guys.
Oh, it feels so good in my hand, a brand new one. Hey, smells like a camera too.
Looks like a camera too.
Is it mirrorless or?
No, well, this has a mechanical shutter, but you could raise it up and it's an electronic shutter.
Uh-huh.
So you can use it both ways.
All right.
I got to figure out how to do that because I don't think I could use the electronic because it said something about 11 frames per second mechanical, but you can get 25 frames a second electronic.
All right.
I don't know if you can do that in sports.
Mm,
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think you got to use the back screen to be able to see because this is going to be blocking your prism.
Damn it. JD be coming in singing.
One thing that I read here that I was curious about is they said that the buttons on it felt cheap,
mm,
but it feels like my normal cameras I got. I don't feel any difference.
mhm.
Yeah, I'll play with this later today. Put a lens on it and play with it. Get it all set up.
And it's crop sensor, correct?
Yeah, I got the reason I was gonna go full frame. But I said, you know what, I got the 5.3 full frame. But I was gonna go another full frame, but then I lose that 1.6 and I don't want to put an adapter on it,
No, you don't want to put an adapter on it. That's going to make it really bad. But
Yeah, because
really,
you
the
softens
only way you need a crop sensor nowadays is fields, like football field, soccer field,
Yeah.
baseball field. But like basketball, you don't need a crop sensor.
No, I use my full frame for basketball.
Yeah. And it's so dark in gyms that full frame does a good job. side.
Well, I've got the Canon EOS 1.6 converter that I can put on mine as well.
Yeah, when you start adding extra glass, I like the idea. It just, the resolution just isn't there.
It gives you a little softer focus.
Yeah.
And this one's got the pop turn around 3-inch screen, the viewfinder in the back screen.
I think all mine are.
Does
full
it tilt
spec.
out or tilt up or anything, or does it stay on the back?
Oh, it does all of that.
Okay.
I think I've only got one crop sensor, and that was the EOS 500.
Yeah.
I like
That's a
playing with
problem.
extenders every once in a while. Do you have any of those guys?
No.
You know, that's the one without glass, and you just put it in between your lens and the camera, and it zooms in really tight. Those are fun to play with every once in a while. And then I also have those glass balls, you know, that you shoot, you know, a glass ball and it turns everything upside down. Kind of a cool little effect.
Right.
Mm.
But again, those are just all like special effect type of things.
Well, don't the extenders just make it so you can use it in macro?
And where? Mark?
For macro.
Yes, yeah, it's basically macro. Yeah. Come on, Grandma. Going the scenic route this morning. Gonna drive by the lighthouse here in a minute.
So you can still use the full lenses on the crop sensor cameras. They just don't work at the same focal length.
Correct.
Right.
And
No, we didn't. We didn't get any of that.
You have it turned on that way. Oh, I wonder if I'm in a dead spot. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can now. Couldn't at the beginning.
Yeah, so if I put a crop sensor lens on my full frame, I get the border around the, you know, when I look through the viewfinder, I get a border around where it shows me what's going to be included in the image, everything out. So
You've hit another dead spot. Yeah, because I've only got one crop sensor lens. The rest of them are all normal ones.
There you go get your ship, Paul.
Yep.
Nice. Did your drone act
You
okay?
got two of them.
Got two of them, yep.
Traffic, Robert S. Pearson. We're down at the Black River now. I'll give you a call when we get turned around, head back home.
All right.
has Don been in the chat this morning at all? Has anyone seen him?
Yeah, Don was in the chat. Yeah.
I've got a cookie question for you.
Yeah, that battery got no juice in it.
Oh, whether he's still in the chat, but he was.
So did it stop raining over there, Mark?
Yeah, it's a nice day today. Well, we're supposed to be getting rain this afternoon, but it's not happened yet.
TJ looks forward to a lot of rain. He doesn't have to do anything.
I think it was raining a little bit ago. Now it quit raining. We might get some more later this afternoon.
JD's there now.
Yeah, he came in singing this morning.
JD did?
Yeah. He's singing,
Thanks, Mark.
Tutti Frutti.
Second day.
Well, what's your favorite song to sing there, TJ?
I sing a bunch of crazy, silly songs.
Giggling all the way, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Here comes Giggles. Here comes Giggles. Right down Giggle Lane. Lieutenant Tuckle and a Puckle. Here he comes again.
That's funny.
Oh, don't you have another ship?
Lance Jonathan says, "What's up?"
Hey, Jonathan. What if he sold all of his drones yet? I can drive through there. So they've got barricades all along this road, along the waterfront, where there's little pullouts, and all the homeless people would park in those little pullouts and sleep, overnight or, stay there for a week. And now they've barricaded all the little pullouts, so kind of deterred the vans and the RVs from pulling out and parking there now.
Were they doing some construction or something there, or?
No, they just don't want the homeless to be loitering.
Hey.
And there was a place that I would stop and pull out and fly, and it was a parking lot. And there would always be a homeless van or RV in there every time I flew pretty much from that spot. And they barricaded that up, but now they've kind of opened it up to where you can almost drive in. But I don't see any. Maybe an RV can't do through. It's pretty tight. I said, I can stop there and fly again.
Well, the van lifers that live in the vans don't consider themselves to be homeless. That van is their home.
Correct. But I think they consider themselves homeless. Don't they?
No, they're just van lifers.
Okay. So like a homeless encampment that we have here in Seattle has the tarps, the tents, and the RVs. It's a big open field, say. And there's a mixture of vans and RVs and tents and blue tarps. What would you call that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, people that live out of tents and like cardboard boxes, then yeah, I agree, they're homeless. effectively. But those that can afford to put fuel in a van and drive around, you can't really class as being homeless, can you?
Unless they begged for the money.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
It's a
Settings
tough-
are different.
I mean, there are a lot of people that have moved out of houses into RVs and vans just for being able to move around all the time. And you get
Oh yeah,
full,
yeah.
you
You
get,
travel
you get,
travel the United States in a van. I can see that, but I can't see a beat up RV that has, you know, it's dirty and scummy and the windows are broken and, you know, it's parked alongside the road and someone's living in it. That might be a little different.
Loki, stop.
yeah, possibly, yeah.
But it's like, what do you do? You know, it's kind of a,
That's the camera you just got, Joe?
Yeah. Hey, it's got a it's got raw and it's got compact raw.
Huh.
what is that?
Well, it's 30 something megapixels. And if you do compact, it drops it down to about 25.
Huh.
I'm not, that's defeating the purpose.
How many card slots does it have?
One. That's the only thing I don't like.
Oh, geez, that's a deal breaker for me.
Only thing I don't like. It's 32 megapixels. Now wait, it says 32 megapixels on compact too. Here, let me see what the difference is. I don't see anything different than it was. It's telling me that if I can get 2478 pictures on my card, right?
Yeah.
With the raw, or I can get 36. But I lose about a third of the size of the file.
Okay. And then you probably get just under 1 million shooting JPEG.
I don't even want to know. $9.99. It says $9.999.
999.
Come on, Jonathan, I can't see that being
I'm
the
a- I'm a
absolute
keeper
reason
up.
that people aren't buying drones from you.
I got the space.
Yeah, the payment plan thing's stupid anyways. Like I'd rather just like pay something off in full and wouldn't have to worry about, oh, I gotta pay this person this much and I gotta pay him this much. Yeah, I don't like that.
I agree with you, TJ. If you can't afford it, don't buy it.
That's right. Just another weight to add on your shoulders.
Yeah, the settings, there's a whole bunch of different settings on this.
We've completed our turn now, heading upbound. I'll give you a call when secured. Thank you. Sorry, sounds good.
Yeah, it's not the same settings in format that the other one is. It's got the same settings. You gotta read them, gotta find them. What's it set on? Well, that could be why.
That's fine. Huh.
That gives me an extra setting. Yep, that's why. I can tell it's new because all the buttons are stiff. Anti-flicker, that's what biggest thing I was looking for. Enable. Because you gotta have that out with dim lights.
Well, LED lights don't cause flicker, do they? It's just the incandescent ones.
We got incandescent.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
It's just the 50 hertz. Oh, ours is 50. Is your electric alternating at 50 hertz the same as ours?
Be honest with you, I couldn't tell you.
It does charge quite fast, this phone. It's gone from 10% when I came in to 48% already.
You got it plugged in and everything?
Yeah, I've actually got it plugged into a 65-watt DJI charger.
That's pretty funny.
This one's got wireless on there. So if I needed something quick, I could send it to my phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the good news.
Does it have Astro?
What's that?
So it'll move the sensor according to the stars. So if you're pointing your camera at the stars.
All right,
That's good.
sky at night, because the stars are moving slowly. The camera tracks them.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to find out.
I've got that on mine.
Which yours full frame, right?
Yes, mine's full frame.
It might be a difference.
Yeah.
I don't see anything that says that on there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
I took the beep
don't-
off. I don't want any sound. So if I'm taking a picture of this girl, I don't want to know I'm taking it.
Yeah. I can't see my needing anything better than the 5D I've got. And I've always got the 310D bodies as backups.
Now, where the hell is this button at? I'm gonna look for something. Yeah. And why when I pressed this before, the bitch didn't show up?
Do you ever still take normal wet film or even slide photos anymore? No.
Nope.
Because the quality of slide photos was fantastic.
Well, I know. I used to shoot. Hey, stop barking. I used to shoot nothing but slide.
Mm.
Even when I shot models in Hawaii, I shot with slide film.
Uh-huh.
It came out so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even when you transferred them onto a print, they were still better. In fact, I think
So
I've
far, I'm
got
happy with this.
a digital converter thing where you put the slides in it. It's actually a lens that fits on my digital camera, and it has like the slide tray at the end of it, and you put a slide in it and move it across, and then you can take a photograph of the slide using the digital camera.
Yeah, this thing says I can go up to 25.6 in ISO. I'm gonna drop it back to 12.8 because I'm gonna see if 12.8 works on that field. Because I use 10,000 now at nighttime
Mm-hmm.
at 1,000 of a second, 3.2. So I'm gonna see if 12.8 would pick it up and give me that little bit more light,
Don't you get any grain?
without the grain. It might do it.
Mm. That's a hell of a big ISO for no grain.
Well, 10,000 does. I have so little grain with that 7D.
Mm. I mean, back in the day, you were lucky if you got anything over like 1600 ISO
Well, I know.
for wet film.
And this one's supposed to give you a little bit better.
But what's it? Slides were a 50 ISO, weren't they?
100 was what I used.
All right. No, I used 50 on slides and either 100, 200, or 400 for the majority of the wet film. Every now and again, I'd use 1600. I had some Fujicolor 1600 film.
The biggest thing I need is if I go out there at nighttime with that full frame, that 5D I got,
Yeah.
and I'm shooting a long time, I get flicker because of the lights, you know. And boy, that's
Mhm.
aggravating. When you got 3 shots in a row and one of them got a flicker, the other one's perfect, the other one's got a
Yeah.
flicker. You gotta
Yeah.
have different. You gotta have everything preset and go back and forth. Takes you twice as long.
Mm. Should do it in a burst of 5, then that guarantees you that probably 2 of them are going to be all right.
Yeah. But you see, that's the other thing. I don't shoot burst. I very seldom will do a burst.
I think it's always worth doing that when you're doing action shots because one of those is going to be probably the one that you want, and the others are going to be just slightly out.
Yeah. And daytime, now the other day when we had that daytime game when that guy went up with the receiver, I was so far away from him. As soon as I saw them start to go up, I did the slow burst. Because I had a set on slow burst, and I got like 4 shots, and it was the second shot that had his hand behind on the ball.
Yeah.
You know, if I would have clicked, I'd have missed that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's about the only time you'll see me do that.
Mm.
But it was only 3, it was 4 shots. I didn't do 8 to 10 or nothing like that.
Mm.
But I don't feel like dealing without 8 to 10 more, you know?
Mm. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta set these Bluetooth and all this other bullshit up, and I don't feel like doing it right now.
Do you ever shoot anything in AEB?
No.
No. I suppose it's not really as
Yeah.
important now with all the editing software you can get. Mm.
Not necessarily the numbers that see what a great and the game, but the result of that.
Oh, they're telling me I got $9.99. Telling me I could do 999 pictures on that card. What is telling me?
Now, you don't shoot any video, do you?
No, I don't do video.
Though you can do with that one now.
Oh yeah, I could have done it with the other ones, but this one's probably 8 times better than any one I got for video.
Mm.
Smells new.
Well, I was just trying to, in my mind, figure out, you said it does 899 photos. How much video would it do?
Well, I couldn't tell you. $9.99 on the.
It'll tell him.
He'll tell me when I start. It probably.
If he switches it to video, it'll tell him.
Let's see. Actually, it doesn't tell me. It's just telling me make sure I have a lens attached. So maybe I gotta have the lens attached first.
Maybe you have to set your
It does
frame.
say it somewhere. I remember seeing it in the specs.
Yeah.
Hey, Lance, you still here?
No.
He's there, but I don't know if you can hear. Yeah, I can see stuff moving.
Yeah, he's still in.
Got a question, Lance, when you can talk.
I think he ran into McDonald's, I think, to get some food.
Who did?
You?
Yeah, you.
No, I went into ran into Costco.
Oh, Costco. Oh.
Had to go get a hot dog and a slice of pizza.
Figure if I'm gonna be late, I'm gonna be real late.
Now I have a question, and I'm gonna, as a professional photographer, I shouldn't even have to ask this question. And I know it's gonna be y'all gonna laugh when you hear it. But on the back of this camera, they got a thing that says lock. What's that for?
Well, I'm guessing it's locked to lock the buttons so that you can't press them accidentally.
And that's what I'm
That's
guessing.
what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's unlocked right now. God darn it, that thing's hard to move.
Yeah, I would think
You
the
gotta-
locks all.
Yeah, so you don't accidentally hit something and change the settings, I would imagine.
I really like that on the what's going on here? I really like that on the lenses. When they have a lock on it, it doesn't.
Nope,
Zoom lens.
it's not it. It's still, you can still press the button. So. Don't lock the door. Don't lock any door. I don't know, I can read about it.
LCD, it doesn't lock the LCD.
I don't know, and it don't move much. I thought it was this.
I bet if you Googled D90 lock button, it'll tell you.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm tired of trying to think about it. There's too
Tell
much
us what it
thinking this
said.
morning.
Yeah.
Come on.
It might only lock the scroll wheel.
I said the multi-function lock switch doesn't appear to do anything anyway. Let's see. It says okay, now that's it. You're saying that it's supposed to have 5 things that stops you from doing. Let's see. And that didn't tell me. Let's see if I can find it. And it's just somebody asking a question, but he's not giving the answer.
Well, didn't you get the instruction book with it?
Yeah, I don't, that means I gotta read.
Wait, what's Dre talking about?
It says it stops preventing accidental changes to camera settings. That's what it says.
Yeah. So it locks the buttons, basically.
But I just turned it. Maybe I can't change the buttons when I do that. Because nope.
Hey, Dre.
No, I got it locked and I'm still fooling with buttons. We'll see. Maybe it's something that it changes in the.
What's a Pulitzer Prize? What is that?
Pulitzer Prize.
Oh, like
Yeah.
a like
It's
a
a
really
prize.
good like a really good shot or something.
Yeah. It's a prize
Hey,
for
Dre, I
that.
missed mine.
Yeah.
I had one, but I missed my chance. It's when when Vinny was shot, one of the cops here was killed that day, and we were at the game. Actually, I had 2 probably with the family the week after when they did a tribute to him with the family. But when Pittman and his daughter worked in the training staff, and when Pittman came in, he was a cop. She came over and grabbed him and hugged him, and they were both like in tears. And I got the picture. And that one they've already told me would have been all kind of awards. but we were having a big debate over it because when you sign for the paper, you say that what I give them is theirs.
Mm.
And I wasn't giving up the rights to it, period. I'd rather not even show it or give it out, except for the family, than to give up rights to it in case it did hit everything. And I could have probably won with copyright laws anyway, but it wasn't worth the fight.
Well, if you take two identical photos and give the paper one of them, do they only have the rights to that one and you still have the rights to the other one?
Yeah. Yep, that's how it works. That's why sometimes they'll get, if I shoot two pictures and one of them's better than the other one, I'll keep the better one. Because I'm not even supposed to, if I take an image that goes in the paper, like the other day I took Lips scoring a touchdown, it's in the paper. I've got that on my website. We can fight. I'm at the point now where if you want to fight with me, we'll fight. You know?
Yes.
Because the Supreme Court says once I press that shutter, it's a piece of artwork, and that is to the artist, and I'm the artist, not them. It's my total rights to it. They just want to be able to put it in the paper, online, and be able to sell it to somebody if somebody wants it. That's what they want.
Yeah. Sell it to them.
You know, it's just, it's, you know what I mean. It's business. It's all it is. And I understand, I do understand it,
Yeah, they want to be able to sell it without giving you a cut.
Yep. They want to get their money back they paid me. That's what they want.
I am Rachel, an artificial intelligence assistant from RBO Law. This is a valid call from a legitimate law office. Am I speaking with Paul Murray?
Who's calling you?
Some lawyer's probably suing me.
For what?
Who knows? I get them all the time.
Oh. Or did you just hang up on him?
Yep.
Christy, what's up?
Well, what do you guys think?
Ready
Yeah.
whenever you are.
Yeah, I
Not ready
think
to pack it in.
Ready
I'm
to pack it in? Okay.
going to
Nope.
the shops.
Okay, everybody. Thanks
Okay.
for being here. We'll